Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our custom film. So what we've got here is, of course, we've got a engine cover, and what we're going to be doing is dipping it in a custom film that we've already printed. So the customer wanted the carbon fiber skulls. So if you kind of look closely at the pattern here, you'll see that it's a whole bunch of skulls, and then they are in a carbon fiber pattern. And so to make this pop a little bit more, we're actually going to do it over a silver metallic. And so a lot of the times we call for a white base coat, which is perfectly fine. We could have done a white, and this is exactly how it'll look, but we wanted to give it a little bit extra pop, so we went ahead and did it in our silver metallic base coat instead of a white. Now, either one of them will work very similar, and because this is a black and clear, we can do that very easily, and it gets a little bit more color, a little bit more vibrancy in it, and of course it has a metallic in it, so it really pops. Now, if this was like a full color print, it's gonna change the color a little bit. So like your yellows and reds and blues and things like that, if you do have that in a custom print that we have, then it will change it a little bit, but sometimes it'll make it pop really good. So you might just have to play around with it and see how it looks. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we've got our engine cover laid out here, just like what we need. And so of course, we're just going to take and cut all of this out. And so we've got plenty of room extra over here, and then I'm going to give myself a little bit more extra room over here just to make sure. And so in this case, I'm just going to cut it down right down here and then across like that. And so we'll probably go ahead and cut the top of it off as well, but we can save this for later in case we need any extra touch-ups, or if we have any other parts or anything like that, then we can go ahead and use that. So now that we've got this here, it looks like we've got enough going in here, and so just to make it a little bit easier to handle, we'll go ahead and trim off that top edge. We probably could have left it on, but in this case, because it is such a large piece, we're going to go ahead and trim it off down a little bit smaller, so that way it's a little bit easier to handle. And so the one thing that you want to remember is that with the custom film, you always want to make sure that you get it completely completely enclosed all the way in. And so what we're actually going to do is we're going to take our tape here and we're going to tape it up all the way around. Now, one thing to remember is that whenever we're putting the tape on it, we're going to do it after we peel it off the backing, not before, because a lot of the times if you do put the tape on there, it will want to actually pull the backing paper off with it. And so a lot of the times you want to do this after you get it peeled off the back of it. So we're going to go ahead, peel this off, get it all taped up, and then get everything ready to go. So stay tuned. All right, so we've got everything cut, we got everything ready. Now, one thing is that after thinking about it a little bit, we're probably going to end up going ahead and not using the tape. And the only reason why I say that is because we do have a very good divider system to keep everything contained as much as possible. Sometimes whenever you do have a part that's this big, you can allow it a little bit of room for expansion, but you definitely don't want a lot just because it sometimes can break up. So we're going to go ahead and pull all this off, get it laid down in the water, and then get everything dipped, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy seeing how this comes out. So it's going to definitely be really good. The stretch, of course, we're going to have some stretch in these areas. In the areas like this, there's no way around that even with the normal film, but I think it's still going to come out really good. So let's go ahead and get all of this pulled off here, get it laid in the water, and then get started. Now, one thing to remember is that whenever you're pulling off film like this, you always want to pull it back at like 180 degrees, just like I'm doing right here. So that way, whenever you pull it off, everything comes off very nice and easy, and you're ready to go. Now, the other thing is because we're going to just pick this up like this. We can pick it up like this right here, lay it down in the water, but just to make sure that we don't have any problems or anything, I'm going to have Tyler come over here and help me, and then we're going to get this down in the water and then get going with it. So stay tuned. All right, so we got all the film in here. We got our timer set for 60 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some gloves on, and then we're gonna activate this thing, get it dipped, and then you guys are really gonna love how this thing comes out, so stay tuned. So now, because this is such a big piece, I'm actually going to start activating it at about 50 seconds, just because it'll give me enough time to start activating it and then go ahead and dip the part right around a little bit over a minute mark. Alright, so now we'll just take this, set that exactly where we want it, and then slowly start feeding it into the water just like this, all the way down. Now we're still keeping a good angle as we're going down into the water. And there we go. I think that was definitely a good hit. So we'll move some of this around, pull that back out, and there you go. That is a custom printed film. Again, our carbon skulls. We've got really good stretch going all the way around in here, all the way around here, even down in these areas right in here, which again, that's a pretty good amount of stretch considering you only have this amount of film to go all the way down in there. So I definitely think that was a really good hit. We can come back in, we can do any touch-ups that we need to, but so far, just from looking at it, I think this is really going to be a good hit, and we'll get some clear coat on it right after we rinse it, and then get everything together and show you guys the end product, so stay tuned. All right, so now that we've got everything all touched up, clear coated, everything looks amazing with this engine cover. So just to kind of recap, we did a silver metallic, and then we also came back and then we did a custom print. So this custom print, we printed it to where the skulls were about 4 to 6 inches tall, depending on which skull that you see here. And then after we custom printed it, we came back, we dipped it, and then came back in, touched everything up, made everything look really good, and then of course right after that we clear coated it, and then now we've got that nice smooth gloss finish like everybody loves. So the neat thing about doing it in a silver metallic like what you can see here in the video is that you can actually make it pop a little bit more because it has that metallic flake in it, so it pops a lot more. And then of course having that high gloss clear coat on it really gives it the shine and the definition that you really want. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know we definitely do. If you have any other questions or comments, definitely leave them below. We'd love to hear from you. And then also, if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you subscribe to any of our weekly tips and tricks that we do pretty much every week. So, and also, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. We'd always love to see that. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and we're making Hydrographics great again. We'll see you guys next time.